Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
One thought rose above all others as we waited for the police to arrive. It was how heartbreakingly close Dr. Michael Mosley had come to making it. Making it to the sea that would have cooled his heat-tortured body after his hike in the mountains under a merciless sun. Making it to the taverna and the promise of a long drink to assuage his thirst. He was 80 yards from both, little more than a minute away, a minute from surviving. As it was, the life of Dr. Mosley, the wonderful, funny, kind and brilliant man recalled by his wife today, ended last Wednesday afternoon on a rocky slope leading from a mountain down to the sea. He lay alongside a low stone wall, atop it, the perimeter fence of Agia Marina, which comprises a beach, taverna, and walled gardens. If one of the staff or the 30 or so holidaymakers ranged across sunbeds that afternoon had only sat up and looked in this direction, they might well have seen him. This in turn led to another inescapable question: how could it possibly have taken so long to find his body, when only the day before, a search and rescue helicopter had circled above this very spot? From leaving his wife at another beach, it took Dr. Mosley, 67, around 2 hours 15 minutes to make it to the marina perimeter, whereas the walk to where he was staying in Simi town would normally have taken little more than an hour. We know now that he took a wrong turn and got lost. Footage from Agia Marina timed 3:44 p.m. shows him apparently disoriented and stumbling around for 4 minutes before gingerly picking his way down the slope and disappearing from view. Again, the question: why didn't anyone see him? Or, if he shouted, hear him? Quite likely, he was suffering from heat exhaustion, which can cause dizziness and nausea. That afternoon Dr. Mosley set off at 1:30 p.m. He walked from the beach, known in Greek as Agios Nikolaos, along a clifftop path to the fishing village of Peti. Around 20 minutes later, he was captured on CCTV outside Peti's Blue Corner Cafe. At the time, he was moving purposefully and using a purple umbrella as a parasol. By all accounts, he was in good spirits. From Peti, the direct route back to Simi town should have taken him just 40 minutes on foot, passing through the village of Chorio. He needed to turn left out of the village at Peti, but Claire Bailey said today that her husband was, among many things, an adventurous soul, which is why he strode off purposely towards the mountains in the opposite direction. It is unlikely that he was heading for Agia, however. It seems more probable that he tried to reach the marina only when he became disorientated. Most people travel to Agia by water taxi from Peti, as I did this morning at 10 a.m. with several British journalists and the mayor of Simi, Lefteris Papakoulidoukas. On the 15-minute journey, the mayor was keen to stress that the search, this was day 5, was ongoing and that rescue teams would be examining a network of caves known as the Abyss. Still nothing yet, though, he told me. Then he abruptly changed the subject and, beaming, declared Simi the most beautiful of all the Greek islands. We passed the Abyss, a rocky outcrop, but there was no sign of activity. In fact, nobody seemed to be looking for Dr. Mosley at all. When the water taxi disgorged our group, Mr. Papakoulidoukas remained on board. Over coffee in Agia's outdoor taverna, manager Ilias Tsavaris, 38, whom we had first met the previous day, reiterated that there was no chance he, Dr. Mosley, had been here. He added, "We would have seen him, it's just not possible." Then he was called away urgently, as it would soon transpire. A minute or so after leaving us, the mayor, standing on the deck of the water taxi, had spotted something unusual from the water. Also on board was a Greek TV crew. Their camera zoomed in. Something was lying close to the fence. The mayor rang Ilias's boss, urging him to get one of your guys to check it out. Not that he seemed particularly exercised, for neither the mayor nor the TV crew then came ashore. Instead, the boat took them straight back to Peti. But this was the reason why Ilias had been called away. He was the guy chosen to check it out. Ilias would later recall how he first noticed Dr. Mosley's watch glinting in the sun. And then, as he clambered up the slope, gnawing dread gave way to shock. He came straight back to us, tearful. "There's a body up there, he show."